Hello everyone. I hope you liked our last video where me and Mr. Upindasan discussed about type 2 diabetes and how the microbiome plays a role in type 2 diabetes. So today I'm going to discuss a very important topic, which is anemia. So if you see in world, 24.8% of the population is suffering from anemia, right? And if you talk of India, more than 50% of the people are suffering from anemia. And if you talk of women, probably 57% of the women have low hemoglobin levels. And in South India specifically, 96% of the female are suffering from anemia. So what is the reason why we have so low hemoglobin levels? So what happens? How do we solve this? Generally, when you go for blood works, you may go for a CBC, that is complete blood count, and you may see, hemoglobin level is maybe less than 10 or less than 8.5 or less than 8.5 or less than 9, and your doctor may tell you to take a lot of iron supplements, right? Or in cases where in case of expectant mothers, probably, who are in third trimester or in the verge of giving delivery to the child, probably doctors would recommend blood transfusion. So again, these solutions are just focused on what need to be done to actually, manage your hemoglobin levels. They don't solve, exactly what is causing this low hemoglobin level, and their purpose is just to show in the blood that, okay, I have given you some supplements and it has temporarily, improve. Probably you keep on taking these supplements, right? Or maybe I have done a blood transfusion and this may improve, right? But again, the hemoglobin level doesn't improve that much. It may come back to the original position, right? So what is the reason? So exactly, we should start asking the right questions. Why I have low hemoglobin levels, or why I have anemia, not what needs to be done to manage, right, those symptoms. So essentially, it is all linked to the deficiency of iron, right? And it may surprise you because we have a lot of iron-rich foods, both for vegetarian and for people who indulge in who eat a lot of animal protein. So right from green vegetables, spinach, beetroot, pumpkin seeds, eggs, meat, organ meat, chicken. Everyone has good amount of iron, right? So why, when we have these so much high iron foods, why we are suffering from iron deficiency? Again, it goes to how our biological system is working. Again, there are multiple reasons, right? So let me decode each and every single reason today, so that you have a better control of understanding why you have iron deficiency, and how you can overcome it. So essentially, everything is linked to gut dysbiosis, imbalance in your gut microbiome. So it's not about, consuming foods rich in iron. It's about how well iron is getting absorbed inside your body, right? And again, here comes the role of, some very specific beneficial bacteria, which are lactobacillus species and bifidobacterium species, right? And these are the same species which, if you recall our talk on type 2 diabetes, same species which helps in producing bitrate, right? So essentially, these are beneficial, folks. If you don't have these bacteria, right, you may end up, having low iron absorption. And iron is such a thing, but it may get stored inside your body, and it may backfire by feeding a lot of pathogens like salmonella, right? And it can lead to leaky gut, right? So essentially, first things, we need to know whether we have the right set of bugs inside the body to actually metabolize the foods rich in iron, ferritin into iron, right? That is the first aspect. Second aspect is specifically for female. There are a lot of chances of yeast infection and Candida infection, and even parasite overgrowth. All right. So again, this goes to both linkage with gut and vaginal microbiome. So if you are having, again, low level of lactobacillus species, right, and have consuming a lot of high sugary foods, this leads to overgrowth of yeast and Candida, or probably having a lot of bread and cheese, right, which actually feeds this Candida, and then they actually start doing wrong things inside your body. So your body is smart. And these bugs, the yeast bugs, actually they love iron. For them, it is like chocolate, right? So essentially, your body is smart. It will start hiding iron from these bugs, and that's why you may have iron deficiency, Again, so again, there are various interventions which can actually help you to modulate the level of activities of these bacteria, right? These bacteria and yeast, and the biggest one is actually acid reflux, right? So first thing is, how do you have acid reflux? How do you develop acid reflux, right? So it is again linked to your gut microbiome. So there are a lot of bacteria, right, who are methane producers, like who consume a lot of methionine and release methane gas, right? And if you are consuming a lot of foods which are high in methionine, a lot of protein-rich foods, and there are some other grains and vegetables also which are high in methionine, right? So they start releasing methane gas, right? And these methane gas slows down. You start having gas, bloating, constipation, and it slows down your food motility, right? And again, it leads to acid reflux, heartburn, and your acid keeps on pushing upwards, and that's why your level of stomach acids goes for a toss, right? So essentially, if you have acid reflux, doctors may give you PPI or antacid. It further, the problem is it backfires, right? So probably you will be having very low stomach acid, and then you cannot digest the food, right? When you do, so in a layman language, when your food is not being able to metabolize it or digest in small intestine, these harmful methane producers and archaea specifically, they start moving from large intestine to small intestine. For them, it is like a feast, right? So they want to eat these foods, and again, these foods are floating around the small intestine, so these are not able to digest properly, and that's why you have iron deficiencies, right? And this movement of large intestine to small intestine leads to small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, right? Which again leads to very low absorption of iron. So essentially, no antacid or PPI, or even when you take iron supplements, it is not going to work, because first, you don't have the right kind of bugs to metabolize the iron supplements, and then again, because of this low digestion activity inside your body because of acid reflux, you will not be able to digest iron supplements as well, and you will have iron deficiencies, right? So another one can be foods. If you can have iron deficiency because you're eating foods low in copper, like shellfish, like pumpkin seeds, nuts and seeds, right? So essentially, the focus should be on understanding how the interaction between our food we are eating and our microbiome is happening, right? Instead of just going for some supplements, which is not going to work, or which is going to work for a temporary period of time, right? So the question you should be asking is, not what I have to do. Oh, I have iron deficiency, I have anemia, I have low hemoglobin level. What I should do to actually improve it? Probably you should try to understand what caused it, right? Or just do not ask questions on suppressing. Oh, I have low hemoglobin level. How do I manage it, right? Instead of understanding why I have developed it, understand why you have iron deficiencies. There can be multiple reasons, right? So this is a very important thing right now, because if 57% of the female and more than 50% of the Indian population is suffering from anemic, it is a really cause of concern. So please take care of your health, and do understand how your body is interacting with the food you're eating at a molecular level. Thanks for today. Take care.